on if it's happening or not. We've come a long way. We've come a long way. Grow some bollocks, man. Come on.
Homies, you're a fucking pussy.
Pussy! If you're a fair replacement, I'll box you. If you're a
Yo. CTB. It's Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. Say what up to him, man.
What's up, everybody? Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, comment. Let's keep this channel growing. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing.
Most definitely. This is the place where the fight fans come to get these delicious entrees of boxing knowledge. What's on the menu for them today, bro?
Let's talk about Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders and about the ring situation. Is it for real a publicity stunt?
Let's talk about it, man. Let's serve them up real quick. Yeah, man. For the last couple days, I want to say 2 or 3 days, Billy Joe Saunders has been in his hotel room and missing out on all the press work that's supposed to be done during fight week because he's complaining about the ring size. Apparently, Canelo had a ring built, or Canelo's team had a ring built that was about 20 square feet. And when Billy Joe Saunders' team checked out the ring, they wasn't happy about that. They said in the contract the ring was supposed to be 25 square feet. But they compromised. Billy Joe said he'd compromise and do it for 22 square feet. So my question to you is, was that all a publicity stunt? Or was it a legit complaint to hold up a fight over of this magnitude?
My opinion, I think it was a publicity stunt. I don't think the fight is selling as good as they think it was going to do. It's not really. People are still talking about, the Tyson Fury and Joshua situation and, Deontay Wilder. And really, a lot of the talk has not been focused on the Canelo and Billy Joe fight this weekend. But after this ring situation and with a couple of videos that's leaked, of the confrontation between the two camps, it has put a little bit more of the light on the upcoming fight this weekend. And I'll be honest, even made me more interested in the fight. So to me, this was just a way just to pump a little bit more, I guess, excitement into the fans to pay more attention to the fight this weekend. So I'm gonna go with publicity stunt for me.
Well, my question for that will be who idea was it? Was it Billy Joe Saunders to make this a publicity stunt, or was it his team possibly? Because I know him and Fury are friends. I know Billy Joe Saunders and Fury are like close friends. But I don't think if I'm Fury, I would want the light to get off of me because I still want the AJ fight. And I figure the more people talking about the AJ fight and the more people keeping it in their mind, the better case I would have against Wilder in arbitration. So who idea was it to possibly do this publicity stunt? You think it was a Eddie Hearn move?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn had a lot to do with it. Even with Billy Joe, he threw a lot of salt, towards Eddie Hearn, and I really don't believe it was real. I just think it was just, like I said, publicity stunt. I think it was a way to get attention, to draw more interest in the fight, to make the fight more lucrative. Because a lot of it, I'm pretty sure the fight is also based on the money they bring in from pay-per-views and ticket sales. So the more interest they have in the fight, the more money they make on the back end. Canelo probably is going to get a nice paycheck no matter what happens in the fight. If it flops, he's still going to get paid well. So the person that's has the pressure to sell the event is Eddie Hearn and Billy Joe Saunders. So with that being said, I would definitely say it was their side that was pretty much making these fantasy narratives that was not that big of a deal, but they blew it out of proportion to bring more interest in the fight. Because in all actuality, this fight was never going to be canceled. I don't believe it. It was too much money already invested into the fight for him to back away from it. By him doing that, it got everybody's attention, including mine, because I was interested in the fight. But now, after the last couple of days, I'll be honest, it's really got me ready for Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If it was a publicity stunt, I think it would. It seemed like right up Eddie Hearn's alley. It sounded like something he would do to stir up attention on the fight. Pretty much make it a soap opera. That's what he's good at. He's good at making a press conference or a fight build up into a soap opera. Uh, but I'm gonna have to say no. I don't think this was a. I don't think it was all a publicity stunt. I think it turned into it. But I think it was a legit concern for Billy Joe Saunders. I think he kind of showed his hand, which everybody knew what he was going to do. He was going to try to move around the ring, but this made it more telling that his game plan is I'm gonna move around the ring. He don't see Canelo being able to catch him with his foot speed. I think he feel he can outbox and outmaneuver Canelo. So my question to you is, man, hasn't Canelo seen this style before? And do you think people are really comparing Canelo to Lemieux? You really think there's a mistake that Billy Joe Saunders is making, thinking that Canelo can be compared to Lemieux?
If he's comparing Canelo to Lemieux, that's a huge mistake. But if Saunders can't think that they can pretty much do some of the same things that Laura did, which could be possible, then you may have something. Because if you think about it, the last boxer that he fought that was very agile, good on his feet, that could move around the ring and box was probably was Laura. So if I can remember,
Jacobs,
maybe you
maybe?
could think who?
Danny Jacobs, maybe? He's pretty athletic.
Yeah, he is, but in the
He
fight,
made Danny Jacobs look bad.
he didn't use those tools in the fight for some reason. I don't know. Jacob flopped that fight for some reason. I don't know what was going on in that fight. He didn't use it. I think Jacobs came in extremely big in that fight, and I thought he was gonna just bully him because of what he did with Triple G in the second half of his fight, and it didn't work. So taking Jacobs out of the equation because he didn't use those tools. The last fight that he had was Laura, and a lot of people think he lost that fight. Laura, and a lot of people thought he lost that fight. So with that being said, this also makes the fight very interesting to me because I want to see with Canelo, because to me Canelo has developed a lot since that Laura fight. So I want to see how he handles a guy that's going to be on his toes and boxing for 12 rounds. It's not going to stand in front of him like a Triple G or a Rocky Fielder, or the last guy he just fought was, well, I can't think of his name, but last guy he just fought, and guys like that. So I'm curious to see how this is going to change as far as how he's going to box and how he's going to handle it, because we know that if it's the weakness for Canelo, it's his feet. He doesn't move his feet very well. He has great upper body movement. He's a great counter puncher. He's an A class in every other category in boxing, but as far as his feet, they are cement feet for the most part. So I'm curious how he's going to adjust to those changes, because we already know, like you said, by him wanting the 25 feet ringside, we already know what Billy Joe Saunders is planning on doing for that fight.
Yeah, you touched on the point I wanted to make. I think Canelo's seen this style already. I think Amir Khan was the last person he's seen.
Oh, Amir Khan.
I think Amir Khan was the last.
What? With Amir Khan won the first 3 or 4 rounds of that fight.
He did. I think I had him ahead in the first 3-4 rounds. I had him ahead by 2 rounds, I believe. I remember top of my head. I know I gave Amir Khan the first 2 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he threw too many punches and got caught. Yeah. But then I see I don't know, man. I think Canelo already said it. The ring size is not gonna make a difference. I don't see the ring size making a difference. We're not giving that prediction right now. We'll wait till the weigh-in. But if your game plan is to move around the ring, I think Canelo has seen enough of that already. I think even Kovalev was on his bicycle in this fight. I'm gonna be honest. I think that's kind of what Canelo wanted. He kind of want those fighters that do that now. He kind of not just to test himself, but to, I don't know, just to show that he can beat those fighters. Since people were saying he had problems with that, I think that's what Canelo wants. So I think he trained for these types of fighters. God, like me and you agree, we think his next fight is Caleb Plant, and that's also Caleb Plant. That's also Caleb Plant style to get on the bicycle and outbox you. And to me, Billy Joe Saunders, I think Caleb Plant's a better fighter than Billy Joe. So if you wanted to say this is like a tune-up fight or a practice fight for that style against Caleb Plant, this is probably the best you're gonna get in Billy Joe Saunders at that weight. But I see Canelo cutting the ring off on him too easily. Billy Joe, he don't have enough power to make that style work. Like, it's good to pot shot and stick and move, but eventually you're gonna slow down. Eventually you're gonna get caught in the corner, and you're gonna need to throw something to have that person freeze. To freeze them in their tracks to the point you can get out of there. People underestimate. I know I hate throwing his name in every video, but Floyd Mayweather. People think that Floyd Mayweather was the master of the bicycle and pop shotting and moving, but people don't understand how crisp Floyd Mayweather punches were. You hear Andre Berto say it. You heard Shane Mosley say it. He don't have a thudding heavy power, but he had that snapping, get your attention power. I don't think Billy Joe has that. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen him. Keep anybody second guessing coming in on him. Lemieux was on him. Lemieux just couldn't catch him. You know what I'm saying? Billy Joe's last fight. I forgot the guy's name he fought. He didn't look good in his last fight. He looked kind of ring rust. Like he had ring rust, and the guy was still coming in his face. The guy wasn't scared of him. The guy that wanted to fight. I think Canelo in the pocket gonna catch him. That's pretty much my.
Is it drug testing for this fight?
I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know the extents of it. There'd be another video. You know how Canelo do and Cabuterol and Billy Joe did in the past. I mean, the way I see it, if it ain't drug testing in this fight, it's on an even playing field because both of these guys has been tested positive for something. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure if they can get away with it, they're gonna do it. So they'll be on the even playing field regardless, which is really all I want as a boxing fan. Don't have one guy taking something and the other guy can't. Or the other guy on the order system and you ain't. If both guys want to be dishonest and go in there and take Computerol or wild boar meat or whatever the fuck they're gonna do. Canelo said tacos. So they can have wild boar meat tacos. You know what I'm saying? Be steroid up together. As long as they're on the even playing field, man. But yeah, man. One more question. My question would be Canelo. He claimed he's calling for a knockout now. He's saying that he's guaranteeing a knockout. So, do you think the game plan of this publicity stunt, the game plan of complaining about the size of the ring to get in Canelo's head, do you think that's what do you think it got in his head, or do you think it was more so it's gonna work in Billy Joe Saunders' detriment because now you pissed off Canelo, so now he's gonna look for the knockout more? Who do you think would benefit more? Is probably the best way to answer that question. Who do you think would benefit?
I think it benefits Canelo because Canelo has proved in the past when you get under his skin, you got two type of fighters. You got a fighter, if you get under their skin, they don't perform well. They make more mistakes. They become emotional and they leave themselves out there. Canelo is the total opposite. I mean, he becomes more laser focused. Like with Triple G pissed him off. And the first fight, Triple G talked about him a big a Mexican style fight. Let's fight Mexican style fight. You know, stop running. Second fight, Canelo didn't run. He stayed there and beat the shit out of Triple G. And he was laser focused that whole fight. And I think this fight, I think the same thing is gonna happen. I think he's put a little bit more gas in Canelo's system, and he's still gonna go for the knockout. But I think he's gonna try to punish Billy Joe Saunders. I think he's still gonna be defensively responsible. He's not gonna be out there just swinging and throwing a bunch of stupid shots. But he's gonna try to hurt Saunders because he does want to prove a point because of two things: because of the disrespect he felt that Saunders have done this week, but also because of the point that you said earlier about him dealing with fighters that can box off their back feet and move around the ring. He wants to prove the point that, hey, I'm not the same Canelo from Laura or Mayweather. I've grown, I've changed, I've added more dimensions to my game, and I'm gonna show you on Saturday.
I agree with everything you said. Yep, I agree. You got anything else you want to add to this topic?
No, I think we covered all, man. I'm just ready for later on this week so we can get everybody our predictions.
Most definitely. Well, there you have it. This is CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. I'm out of here, man.
All right, everybody. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, comment. The logo at the bottom, all you gotta do is hit that icon and hit subscribe. Tell everybody about it, man. Let's keep this trying to going. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing. But most of all, God, peace, and love. And we out of here.